Giannis fouls out of this one, but still has 23. Russ had his triple-double. I'll tell you about his numbers. And he had a lot of help from Bradley Beal here in this one. He had 42 points. Drew Holiday, though, steady as ever for Milwaukee. They play without Chris Middleton tonight. And then watch this, a chance to win it from about 50 feet, just off the mark. On that shot by Garrison Matthews there, right there. Woo! What a finish here in Milwaukee. Welcome to our set out here. It's the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Wow.
Keeping it exciting.
What if that shot goes in?
You could tell that look on Matthews' face. He thought, I think it had a chance. Thank goodness that shot did not go in. But this was a hard-fought game. No Chris Middleton. P.J. Tucker goes down. Giannis fouls out with 2 minutes left. And it ends. Beal hit a big-time three-pointer to make it a one-point game that gave Matthews that opportunity to possibly hit that three-quarter court heave. So it was exciting. It's been an exciting stretch here. 2 Brooklyn games, and then Washington coming in here. Another exciting one to end on a shot like that. Thankfully, it went the way for the Bucks.
Yeah, all season long, we've kind of followed the storyline of can the Bucks win in clutch time. Maybe they're not one of the best teams in clutch time, but the good thing is on this homestand alone, we've seen it happen. And in the fourth quarter, it wasn't the big stars doing it either. Brent Forbes hits a big three, a big flurry back and forth. Westbrook makes it a 127-126 game. Minute and a half to go. Connaughton hits a three. He'll hit another one 30 seconds later to put the Bucks up by 7, but Washington won't give up. Lopez got the reload jam and then that Matthews heave that could have won it. And this is what you like to see. Dante DiVincenzo fouled out. Giannis fouled out. Middleton didn't play in tonight's game. And yet you got names like Forbes, Connaughton, Lopez finishing things up.
Yeah, and it did take the group tonight. There's no question. This is a physical matchup. And like you said, guys fouling out. But, it really did come down to being a complete performance at the end. Pat Connaughton knocking down a couple three-pointers in the last 3 minutes. Also almost had a big jump ball, but then ended up having a block on the defensive end by Pat as well. And so I think he really was the epitome at the end of this game. Like you said, not Giannis, not Chris Middleton, not Drew Holiday. It was Pat Connaughton. The ball found him. He was the open man. It's nice to see when the ball finds the open guy. The Bucks, really basketball teams in general, are tough to beat. And I think when the Bucks were banged up like this, they found the open man, and good for Pat knocking those down.
Pat had 8 points in the final 4 minutes of this one, 16 for the game. Also hit 4 threes. He's our post-game guest standing by with Zora Stevenson.
All right, Pat, so this one came down to the wire, but you all were able to pull it out. A big reason why your 2 big three-pointers. Drew hit you twice, and you knocked it down twice. What's it like to have the trust coming from your point guard?
Huge. I mean, we did a great job tonight of playing together. Next man up mentality. Obviously, we had some foul trouble, but I felt like I missed a few earlier in the game that I should have hit, so it was only right to get Drew back a few.
Coaches will say it's not how many you make, it's when you make them for sure. This setup was not easy. You had 2 grinded-out games against the Brooklyn Nets and then a quick turnaround into this one. How much mental toughness did it take just to pull out a win?
A lot. I mean, it comes down to, staying about the little things and making sure that, we're trying to represent the Bucks the right way. We're trying to play the right way, and we're trying to build the right habits as we're going towards the playoffs. And these are the types of games that, like you said, it's a unique season, and they're not set up the best for a recovery standpoint, but we came out here, we fought, we played together, and we got out the win.
In what ways did you all show some consistency in these past few games?
I'd say fighting through adversity. I think in a few of the quarters during the Brooklyn Nets series, we didn't play the type of defense that we wanted to. Tonight, there were some times where we didn't play the type of defense that we wanted to. I mean, giving up 134 points is never something you drop in the game plan, but making sure we stuck with it and we played together and we got the stops at timely times in the game and made sure that, we just scored 1 in this case and a few more points the last few games.
Appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Laura.
All right, good stuff right there. And, of course, a lot of guys chipping in here tonight with some impressive numbers. Dante DiVincenzo, even though he fouled out at 19 points, he also had 5 made threes in this one. And then Drew Holiday just continues to be so consistent for this team. 29 points, 4 threes for Drew all over the court, going after loose balls, keeping things alive for his team.
Yeah, you're right. Shout out to Dante, like you said, 19, but 16 in the first half, so he certainly got this Bucks team rolling. But like you said, Drew Holiday, 29 points. Look, that's a big-time performance. And the last game he played on Sunday against Brooklyn, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, almost a triple-double. And so he just continues to bring it. A night like tonight with no Chris Middleton out there, Drew Holiday does know, yes, he's likely going to be facilitating a little bit less. He's going to be scoring a little bit more, and he absolutely did that. And when he goes into that ISO mode, when he knows he has to score the ball more and looks to score the ball more, this Bucks team does not take a hit because their point guard is looking to score the ball. He still shoots shots at the right time. He can still get guys the ball. He was getting Brook Lopez, Giannis Antetokounmpo, those guys the ball in the right spots. But to have a point guard that can do both and turn it on and turn it off, I think has been huge, and certainly will be the case in the playoffs, to be able to pick your spots, when to attack, when to get your guys the ball. And he's certainly showing signs that he's playing at a high level right now.
Yeah, and the Bucks are overcoming some numbers that they don't want to show up down the stretch here of the regular season. They had 20 turnovers in this game, gave up 25 points. Washington only 7 turnovers. They only gave up 7 points in this one, and a ton of free throws.
Too many free throws.
32 of 43 for Washington. The Bucks 21 of 28. We haven't seen many games like that. A lot of guys in foul trouble too. Obviously, Giannis and Dante fouling out in this one. So maybe a little bit disjointed, but the Bucks survive. Maybe that's a good thing too, Steve.
You know, however you need to win. And the truth is, at the end of the season, it's good to be tested in different ways. For the game to be mucked up and slowed down a little bit, and for there to be a lot of free throws, it's not a bad thing. The Bucks just played Brooklyn. They showed, look, we're playing the team right ahead of us in the standings. We beat those guys up. This is a whole different look that comes in. They like to score the ball in the paint. They shoot very few threes. All of a sudden, it becomes a free throw contest. But I do think the Bucks won the 2 games against Brooklyn. They won again tonight. That has certainly been on the Bucks' to-do list. Keep finding ways to win in different ways, no matter who we play in the postseason. This regular season, they continue to use to get better towards the end of the year, which we're almost there.
Absolutely, and this is like covering a baseball game now, Steve. Nice and long, 9 innings, 3 hours.